probably going to have a nice little balcony up here that sort of sticks out just a little bit. Underneath that, I'm not just sure what we are going to have. Maybe just another house. We are going to make variations of this house for those that are wondering. We'll probably make some that don't have this chimney bit, that don't have this balcony, that probably don't even have this little bit sticking out, or this little wall right here. So don't you worry. This isn't the only design that we're going to have, but it's going to be generally based around this model. This is like the model that has everything. We're probably going to make another kind of house as well, so don't worry. We're not going to just recycle the same house and get rid of all the bits. But we are going to use a lot of this model. Just place it around it rather nicely. Hello! Why'd I say hello? Hello, everybody! Anyway. We are definitely going to want to get rid of this house. Not house. Tree. It's a tree. You can make a tree house out of it if you really want to. I'm really glad I went with the darker texture right here with our staircases. I do like the indent there as well. Well, not indent, outdent. Basically, I don't mind like the little holes that we have right there. It's quite a nice design. However, when they go up there, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Is it some sort of pro skater thing? The way I said skater. Pro skater thing right here. Is it? I sounded really... Why are you going up that way? Fucking ollies. Not ollies. It's not an ollie. I mean, still. I don't want anyone to, you know, think I'm some sort of hip with the kids kind of person. That is simply not the case. Anyway, don't know what I'm talking about at this point. We are going to go for the darker wood column mixed with what looks like this. Actually, I know it's that. I'm not sure what I'm really going on about, to be honest with you. How long is that house? That's good. I don't think that's too bad. There is a second floor to this. We're going to try and ignore that completely. The only problem with doing that is the way the house is going to stick out a little bit right here. So what I might do is go back a little bit. Take out our nice little rubber right here. Probably cut it back by about 2 blocks. And then go back to this and have ourselves just a little bit sticking out. Do I want it to be sticking out from a little bit further away? Might be a good idea, actually. Like, maybe we make it stick out at about this point. And let's make sure as well that the middle can support a door that's 4 wide. Yep, should be able to. So now we'll plonk that down right there. This bit might look a little bit strange. I don't mind that, to be honest. It might look quite all over the place, but pretty much that's the same design with the tower, and they're not always completely clean and symmetrical anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. The roof is the next step, and it's probably going to be a little bit outstretched of this tree as well, which is a little bit annoying. Don't worry, we are basically going to be removing most of these trees and replacing them with pine trees later on anyway, just because they fit the aesthetic a little bit more. That is, of course, if I can actually make pine trees. I'm just assuming I can at this point, so don't take my word for it. Or don't take my word on it. For it. On it. In it, man. Anyway, let's get these corners done. Bonk. So it's just this, I believe. I actually can't remember how I did these corners. So that's the corner of the house, which means there and there. Okay, yeah, it makes more sense. Okay, that's annoying. Let's go back. Oh. We don't have that little bit sticking out there. That is a travesty. There we are. Remove any kind of inflammatory. Inflammatory the right word? I actually don't know. I just said inflammatory, even though I don't necessarily understand its full... Give me a minute. I'll get it. I'll get the word. Don't help me. Don't you dare help me. See, this bit's looking a bit strange now, to be honest with you. I could probably go out by a little bit more. There, screw it. Why not? Let's go a little bit convoluted. Unnecessarily messy. Might be a better word for that. And there we go. So we've got our nice little corner blocks right here. We're going to couple that with... Let's see, there's a really strange roof that oddly works with the sort of pillars that we have right there. Okay, so now we want to make sure that our roof sticks out about 3 blocks away from everything else. However, because this is a small house, we might want to change that design around just a little bit. Now we're going to make sure we're using the same color here, which I think is this one. Yep, we are. That's good to see. And let's see, where does it start off? Well, let's go back over here, and it looks like it sticks out from the top section right here about 4 blocks down. So we want to make sure it's about 2 or 3 blocks down from this position. So let's say this is where the roof goes like this, and then we go down by another block. And then we go down by another block. And that should be about as far as the roof should really go for us. And the only problem I have right here is, of course, that I've got to delete this entire section right here, which is going to be quite awkward after a little bit since this fucking thing's in the way. Go away, sign! There we go. So I should be able to make it to the end right. They're not the most efficient way of doing things. I could have made it a bit better than this. But I am, of course, inefficient, which is definitely why I started playing City Skylines. I hope it makes the people angry when doing that. I hope I don't, actually. I don't want to heighten people's blood pressure. It's probably not the greatest thing to wish upon others. And by that, I mean it's a very horrible thing to wish upon others, you bastard. There we go, you bastard. Going straight for the swears right there. Pretty much how it works. Now, this top section right here actually sticks out by about 1 extra block. Wait, does it? Well, no, well, it does, but it does this. So there we are. Do we actually continue onwards with that design around the entire thing? It looks like we do, actually. What about these corners, though? I don't see why not. Actually, I kind of do see why not. Then again, that looks quite nice. We get the corners and just do it like that. Oddly, a good design. That changes it completely for me. That's very interesting. I mean, I'm not going to do that. Let's just remove this. Because I feel like maybe I'm putting too much into the design at that point. So we're just going to get rid of that bit. And we're just going to connect the pieces in a straight line right here. Not having any connection whatsoever with the corners. Because there is technically already a connection. As you can see right here, it's the same color. So it looks like it's connected. Fantastic, really. Okay, then. So this basically just keeps going out for a few blocks till we get to around about here. The same thing happens on this side. It's a good point, actually. I go out from there to there. Does it actually line up? It does. Just double checking. From here, there seems to be a little bit of a block. That's because I've actually kept them connected for some reason. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, I said I shouldn't have done that as if it was the end of the world. Everything is going to go wrong from this point on. Right, now this point is... We'll work on this in a second. It's a bit of a tricky bit. We'll go out by a little bit more here. We're going to make the sort of more exaggerated parts of the roof later on. And I'm going to keep this bit sort of poking out like that just a little bit. And for now, we're going to have this go up by about that far. And then across like this. Out like that. And to do this in a slightly easier way than what I did before, I'm just going to go up. There we go. We actually missed a daily update right there. I've not really been paying too much attention. Hello. Never mind. Make me not fine. So 5 clay oil lamps. I'll be back on one day. I might be able to give you 2 wooden garden lanterns. No. Terrible deal. The tray will be back in 49 hours. Okay, there's the daily update. We've done it! Welcome to the land, my friend. So let's pause the game right now because they're not really doing anything. Let's see. You are the new person, and you are basically no one right now. So we will name you... I say no one. You have no profession. We will name you... Actually, we can't make another guard yet, can we? Because we don't have the tools. You're once again nameless. I say once again. You've become the nameless. I should probably, like, just keep people I'm going to name as a nameless character. Anyway, we're going to name you Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank. There we go. You can just chill out for a while. Your stats are pretty good, actually, for a soldier. Good body, high enough spirit. There we go. Your Piggy Bank now. Right, let's go back to our building. Oh, there is a skeleton right here. Okay, then. Wasn't expecting that, won't lie. I will not lie to you. Farmer, what are you doing right now? Okay, you're just sort of chilling out because you got nothing else better to do. We could get them to do a bit more mining. Or gathering. Let's get them to gather some berries. Let's go over here. There we go. Thank you very much for gathering all these berries. Won't do too much. Seems to be a few wolves over here. This one's a bit low on health for some reason. We still got 8 migrants, so he definitely attacked something. Ooh. What the hell do we have here? Giant zombie. Okay, so the giant zombie has some treasure. She seems to have... Well, she's just chilling out. This chest looks more like a mimic. They feel like teeth to me. I definitely want to see what is inside the chest. But I don't think we really have the military to deal with that right now. There seems to be a few more wolves over here as well. And the game's starting to get a little bit scary now that I'm thinking about it. Don't really want anyone to go out by themselves. It's probably a good idea that I didn't immediately just try and harvest these berry bushes. Oh, the wolf probably tried to attack the zombie. I really like the way the zombie's positioned. I don't know why. The chest and the way it is, it just seems like it's a nice little sort of alcove. A little bit of shelter. Anyway, let's pause the game right now. Because to be honest with you, I'm kind of scared. Right. Let's get the door in here first, just in case I forget. So you want to have a wide door. This one right here will do. We'll get the windows in just a second. I just want to know where the door would go. Let's get our roofing done once again. The back door is also something that is very important. We can keep that as a single door, though, and just plop that right there. So there we go. That's fine. This front bit's just going to be some... Actually, it probably should be a doorway. If we're gonna have that balcony that we discussed, it's probably a good idea to have a doorway here. If we change this to some sort of flooring, like if we change it to something like a little bit darker, like this one, yeah, that's quite nice. We'll do that. For some reason, you won't go any higher. Why won't you go any higher? No, there we go. Just a bit bugged out, but that's fine. And then we'll use normal blocks to make the little balcony. It should look quite nice. Just trying to make places look a little bit more unique. Now, as you can probably tell with this building, the corners go out by a little bit. So I'm going to be doing the same thing with this building once we've got the roof generally in a place that we like it to be. Or where we would like it to be. Right here is where we keep going. And then the roof makes a little bit of a sort of cut. So it goes in this direction. And it does the same thing over here. Unfortunately, we might want to change that just a smidge bit because it's a little bit unorganized now that I'm seeing it. Just because the color there is I know it shouldn't. It should be the same. There we go. That's actually great. Okay. So now we go out by an extra 2 blocks. Go in by that much. We do the same thing right here. Go in by that much. Actually, the only problem I have is... That should be okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any problem with that. Now that I'm looking at it. And we'll do the same thing with this side. So it's about... Oh. It's about here. 2 blocks. Then the same thing right there. Then right here. And then up by 2. And then that one. Probably make a nice little window at the top right there if we really wanted to. That's if we really wanted to. Like, if we could screw around, I guess, with the... No, we really couldn't do it. It would just screw up. So, there we go. We don't really have much choice when it comes to the height of these walls. Actually, that's a bit of a lie. Whoa. That's really weird. That's really, really weird, actually, because we're using blocks right here. That's not actually a floor tile, so I'm surprised it's even letting me do that. I'm pretty sure I can go up X amount. Actually, no, it's with these walls, I think. No. The roof is the only thing you can really do a lot of precision with on the editor right there. Anyway, just something to note down, I suppose. Right, so over here, it goes in. So this point... Oh, get rid of that. This point it starts to go in this way. We want to do the same thing with this wall and the same thing with this one right here. Just go out in this direction. Same thing with this one. Alright, there we go. So these two should connect now. And let's see. If this second layer connects up to this second layer should connect up to that. That is absolutely what's happening right there. Which is great to see. Now we're going to focus a little bit more on this entrance just to get it nice and dandy. Right, there we go. We'll do the same thing on this side. Fantastic. I guess now we could just sort of go up like this. Get rid of these connectors right here. We'll do something with that. But for now, we don't really need to. There we go. That looks quite nice. Really start to appreciate the soundtrack in this game. Especially with the latest update. It's very nice. Actually, a game that I've been playing a little bit lately is Portal Knights. That has a terrific soundtrack. You should probably check that one out. Definitely in the same style, I would say. But I feel like the quality is a little bit higher, in my opinion. In my opinion, of course. I'm not a sound expert. I know a bit. Bits here and there. Let's see. Of course, I've never really called myself an expert in anything. So, not really. I haven't had any professional training in anything that I do right here. So, an expert would be the wrong word for me. Hobbyist, I suppose. Knows a bit. There we are. I think the only problem with the roof design I have right now is it is quite bland on this building. But we can try a bit and bob here and bits and bobs here and there, which I guess we're going to do anyway since we are going to follow the same design. I think just because this house is smaller though, it's not subject to as sort of rash detail, I suppose. So you can see this house right here looks a little bit... Actually, it looks quite nice, to be honest. It kind of fits the design. At least I feel like it does. Now, what did we do with the top layer right here? Okay, so... I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, so pretty much the entire thing... How far out did this go? About 2 blocks? It looks like it's gone out by about 2 blocks away from this. So, really, that should be about right. Now, see, this is where we start to go up based on what color this wall is here. So, this is the darker version, which means we start off with the... Oh, we start off with the lighter block right here. And we go out pretty much as far as it will let us, even removing this tile. Actually, we can't remove that. We will keep those two, because we can see them still, but then we can go over it like this. There we go. That's quite nice. Oh, game saving right there. Thank you, game, for ensuring our future. So there we go. Quite nice. We're going to do a little bit more with the design in a second, don't you worry. I know this little square bit looks a little bit odd. Right, let's go back to the darker wood right there, just to fit with the corners. Go back to the lighter blocks. I'm pretty sure that is what's being used here. Let's get rid of that. That. My teas. Taken away from me. All the damn Northerners. Damn Northerners taking their teas. Could do with some tea right now, actually, not gonna lie. Lol, stereotypes. Anyway. Alright, so we're gonna go up like this. We're going to use the design that we have on the much bigger house. Only leaving the middle slightly wider, just because I think it would look pretty cool. Well, it does look pretty nice anyway. This part of the building looks a little bit dodgy, I won't lie. But I think it's not that much of a big deal, to be honest. Only the keen eye of the people, the inhabitants of our town are really going to care that much. Kind of want to start off with a darker color now that now that I'm looking at this, it probably could do a bit better with a darker color. Tell you what though, we'll do this. There we go. I think that cleans it up just a little bit. The corners of this should actually be covered as well in the house. There we go. Just add that little bit of extra detail. The same thing with this as well. There we go. Now you see, we start to have a problem with this. I think we should go up like that. And then pretty much do the same thing. I think that's what we did on this side as well. We just kept going up, yeah, from the corners. And that actually works out rather nicely. It shows a little bit more infrastructure with the building. Like it's being kept up reasonably. Which I quite like. Okay, so this is where we want to just sort of delete these bits in these corners. Just to give it that sort of nice arched roof design. I say arched roof. The only problem is actually this corner right here. I'm actually tempted to go out just an extra block so that this side doesn't get impaired, as it were, by this design. I think that's a good idea. So if we do that. Oh, okay. The occasional missed block. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Actually, I quite like the roof going out by this much. It was going to anyway, because I am still going to fit in this sort of lighter color right here on the edges. But, to continue what I was just saying, I do like going out by that extra bit, because there's a little bit of an indent with looking at the main structure of the building that I quite like the look of when the roof is going out on any side, really. It fills up some space, and I quite like that. Anyway, now what we can do is pretty much what we were doing before. And this side should still be good enough. Yep, that's good. And shouldn't look a little bit odd on that corner. There we are. Fantastic. Right, so we want to do pretty much the same thing that we've done right here with the top of the roof, being to make it just a little bit thicker by the looks of things. Yeah, the top of this is actually rather obscure. Am I going to go with this similar-ish design? I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if I really would need to. Making these sort of little bits sticking out. I can't actually remember the official name for them. I did read up. But obviously I never remember anything. As I constantly say. I say anything. I don't remember things that would be useful to remember. We go about an extra block right here. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, from a distance, maybe it's going up a bit too harshly. I say harshly. There's a bit too much of an incline, maybe. So I could go out by one extra right here. But now it looks more like a cup. How about that? It seems a bit nicer. If we get rid of this. What the hell's that smell? Okay. Someone... I'm going to have to be right back for a second, ladies and gentlemen.